In a world where digital media has become the norm, it's been more convenient than ever to access almost anything you want. But at the same time, you don't really own anything since you're only buying a license to the product or a subscription to access the products. So when it's pulled from digital services, it might become lost media if it's not preserved properly. That's why physical media is important, because it allows for people to actually own what they buy and preserve it in the future. It's especially important for video games since they're a lot harder to preserve due to multiple different consoles and devices. The main argument for people to be against physical media is the convenience of digital media. You don't need to leave your house or wait for a package to come in order to play a game. All you have to do is buy it and then boom. Another argument someone might have is needing to swap out a disc to play a game. You can just switch on the fly. One last argument someone might have is physical games not having the game on disc, so you don't really own them, and disc rot will occur years afterward anyway. These are valid points, but at the same time, they can get countered very easily. The convenience factor for digital media is a really good argument. However, the problem with buying most digital games is that, for the most part, they oftentimes are more expensive than getting it digitally rather than getting it brand new or used physically. And even when they are the same price, like when a game is new, you still don't own that game. You only have a license to play them. And swapping out discs every time you want to play a game, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Just get your ass up. Now, some physical games don't include the game on the disc, such as games like Modern Warfare 2022, or literally almost every third-party game on Switch too. But most PlayStation and Xbox games have the full game on the disc for you to not only own, but download and play offline without any updates. If you really want to make sure, just go to a website like doesitplay.org and search up the game you want to see to make sure if the game is fully on disc. Another thing is disc rotting, and can I be honest? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen a single case of disc rotting happening to me or anyone else I know. I still have old PS2 games, original Xbox games, and even a couple PS1 games that are either in the original case or in one of those DVD folders you might have used back in the day. None of them have disc rot and still work perfectly fine to this day. Let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe it has happened more often than I think, but as far as I know, disc rot isn't really a thing to trip about. Now, while physical media is a great way to preserve games and other forms of media, sometimes it can be hard to maintain and properly preserve it, which is why people may allegedly put ROMs or other files of games online and use them to allegedly emulate games. Now, I know some people are against emulation, but to me, it's another thing that's super important to the preservation of games, especially when there hasn't been any type of re-release of a game, so the only way to play it is either through the original console, which can be hella difficult and expensive depending on what it is, or, again, allegedly, emulate the game on a PC or a modded console. In my opinion, physical media should always exist, not just for video games either. Movies, shows, books, and music should always be properly preserved for future generations to look back on and experience as well. Then again, some people may not explore the amount of options of new and old games they may have and stick to the same 5 games every time. But somehow they still want to comment on certain games even when they haven't played them, which is why I have a video on these types of gamers known as ball and gun gamers that you should check out by clicking on the video on screen.